ready.
Ryan is in the house.
All right, Ryan.
Just over there living his best life. That's all he's doing. Looking sharp. How you feeling, Ryan?
Fine.
Oh, yeah.
What you got on the show for us today, Mike?
Today we got a title that I've already forgotten that you told me.
We got a cheat code for life.
Yes, a cheat.
A cheat.
A cheat code for life.
Yes.
And believe it or not, this cheat code that is going to be of extreme benefit to you if you will take advantage of this cheat code. This cheat code is going to lead you to a foolish life.
A foolish life.
It's going to be wise to be a fool. Here's what I mean. The very definition of simpleton, which people, they might not call me that a lot, but they think it.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. I like to say, you know, my dad used to say to me that light travels faster than sound, which is why you appear to be bright until you speak. What do you mean? What do you mean? So this whole idea of it's wise to be a fool is that the definition of simpleton is foolish.
Foolish.
Is a fool. A simpleton is a fool.
A simpleton is a fool.
And the reality is that according to Jesus, the wise way to live is a simple life. And so the cheat code today
Yes.
is simplicity.
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 And we're building off what Leonardo da Vinci said,
Yep.
which is life is pretty simple.
Sure.
You do some stuff, most fails. Some works. You do more of what works, and if it works big, others quickly copy it. Then you do something else. The trick is to do something else.
That sounds pretty simple.
Simple. The cheat code for living a good life, for living a successful life, for happiness is simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
Being simple.
Absolutely. And so some of the things that, you know, we could talk about today, the main thing that I go to whenever I think about simplicity is it's not even organizing. It's getting rid of.
Yeah.
Getting rid of certain things, getting rid of certain thoughts, getting rid of certain even relationships. Sometimes that boundary that we've talked about before is a move towards a simplicity.
Sure.
A move towards a simple and move towards a better quality of life. And so, but just the things alone, let's just think about that. I saw a statistic this week that said the average American home. So this is the average. So the middle class, this is not even for the rich. This statistic comes from the average middle home, has over 300,000 items in it.
300,000. What?
300,000 items, Ryan.
That's crazy.
And I guarantee you, we got at least 500,000. You know why I know this?
I'm going to guess you sat and counted last night.
I sat in my recliner and counted 200,000 in the living room. No, we have, because we've got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, we got a garage that we can only get one car in. We pay to store our crap
That you don't use.
that I don't even know what it is. I ain't looked in these boxes for years. I have no idea. But so the reality is, where you start, though, is not the stuff. You start with what's important to you.
Sure.
So what's important are, otherwise, what are your values? Start there. If you value stuff, you're living your best life. This is the best it's going to get. But if you value freedom, if you value peace, if you value It's up to you. What are your values? And if you can pick up an item, here's an exercise that we can do with this. So start at your home, pick up an item and say, does this add to my value? Does this add to what I value? And if it doesn't, either sell it or give it away. That's the best thing to do. Give the darn thing away. If it has some value. we got a lot of stuff that doesn't even have value.
Well, when I grew up in the military.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to move every couple of years. And so the entire house would get boxed up.
That's helpful, yeah.
Shipped to a new place. And then we had to unbox and put everything back on shelves.
Mm-hmm.
And a habit I kind of developed over the years was I would, obviously being a kid, I would unbox, the cool stuff first, the toys, the models, the race cars, TV, everything like that. I would unbox the stuff I, really wanted to use on a daily basis, but then clothes,
Mm-hmm.
socks and underwear, who cares? But after we were in our new house for a few months, I would notice there's a box in the corner that I hadn't opened yet. And if I haven't opened that box yet, after being there for 2 or 3 months, is the stuff in there really, valuable to me? I haven't missed it.
Right.
And so that kind of developed a habit over the years, because even after, I graduated high school and moved out of my parents' house, I went in the military and we had I had to downsize into a locker. And then I've moved quite a few times from the military and then school and graduate school and internship and postdoc. I've moved a number of times. And so each time I move, once I get to where I'm going, I start unpacking and getting out all the necessary stuff. And if I find a box has been sitting there for 4 or 5 months that's not been opened, my first inclination is to get rid of what's in the box, because obviously I don't need it. So when I open a box, what in there, you said adds value.
Mm-hmm.
What in there adds value to my house? Now, there will be, photo albums and things like that you want to hang on to, memorabilia.
Right.
But the other stuff, I haven't missed these 14 extra spatulas.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can donate those.
Yeah, exactly.
So decluttering, through moving, but like when we remodeled the first floor, we had to pull all the stuff out of the first floor so we could do a lot of the major renovations we were doing. Well, now the decision is what goes back in.
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody I know recently had some free time on their hands and got a fire lit under them, and they began decluttering their house. And they would literally just take everything out of a room and then look at every single item and decide, do I put this back in that room, or does this go to the DAV, or does it go to the dump?
Right. Yeah.
And they said they got rid of, those blue construction
dumpsters.
Mm-hmm. They got rid of like 2.
Ooh, that has to feel so good.
I'm sure it does. The garage, the kitchen, all the rooms in your house to have that much stuff removed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a brand new house. It's a brand new, living space.
Well, you have literally increased the square footage of your living space.
Oh yeah.
What you can live in, where you can walk.
Yeah. Literally.
That, to me, what just happened right there? I just relaxed. When you were just talking about that,
Mm-hmm.
filling up 2 dumpsters, I just relaxed. I was like, oh, that just sounds so good. I took a deeper breath. I was tight talking about this. And then when you said that, I'm like, oh. So it really is. This is
Don, Mike's on his way home.
Well, and I don't want to paint a picture like I live in a hoarder house or anything like that. And
no,
listen,
but over the years, you just acquire.
Yeah.
You acquire.
We just have a lot of stuff. we just have more stuff than
y'all
we
haven't
need.
moved in a while, so.
We haven't. I'm telling you right now, because the thought that hit me also as you were talking is when we do move, because we will be moving at some point, either to the funeral home or somewhere. We have so much stuff. We're literally, I was like, I don't think a Freightliner is going to be enough. We're going to be renting a BNSF. It's going to be a train that's going to end up having to take all this stuff. So, yeah.
Ryan, you got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went in there and I need help on my lands and odds and I got first day I got work and the box and help lands that help him.
Mm-hmm.
Help me. I need some help.
I need help him in the next year and 25 and Serenity and help them and box stuff and then clothes and shirts and be back and Lane's pick up me being house next year for
He's
me.
got it planned out.
Dude is all in.
Yeah.
All in on this simplicity stuff.
Yeah, I went in near school and I'm saying hi. I'm college, 2018 years.
For real.
And me and Lance, I went there. I went to Tish with him, college party,
And
with him, Christian mother party house.
Cruising by the party house.
Yeah,
Christian's mother's party's house.
Oh.
He wants a party at that house. 2018, we had a high school graduation party.
Yes.
At Christian's mother's house, and it was great.
Well, he's just merely stating what he values. A good time.
Good time. And you pulled up something on your phone there.
Well, I did, because here's the bottom line. And I think that this is a bit of an overstatement, but Jesus has always been right. He's just always been right. And as it's recorded in 1 Timothy chapter 6, because this is the thought about this, it says this. It says, godliness with contentment is great gain.
Sure.
For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it.
Boom.
But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that. Those who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap, and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. That's where it often leads. It doesn't. It's not. But here's the way. Because a lot of people right now are going to be saying, "Lord, they hate money." No, I have a lot of stuff because I have too much love for money.
Right.
And verse 10, this is where it's at. In 1 Timothy 6, verse 10, it says, for the love of money, so the love of stuff, for the love of complication, for the love of money is a root cause of all kinds of evil. Some people eager for money have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. So when it comes to a desire to live a simple life, is that truly something that you value?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first question. Is that really something that you want? And I'm telling you right now, at 57 years of age, it is the top thing that I want. When you sent that note that said, why don't we talk about simplicity? It made me like, I got a tingle down my spine.
And yes, obviously the simple life is promoted by Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
We were under the law with all the complicated rules and interpretations, and he made it simple when he said, what's Jesus' instruction?
Yeah, God, people, help. Love. Wise.
Love what?
Love wisdom.
God. Love God.
Love God.
Love people.
People.
Mm-hmm. And that is what? It's simple.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? It's got to be more than that.
Doesn't it have to be more complicated?
And psychology, I think, is the same way. We complicate things. And we have this powerful computer, this actual intelligence in our brain.
AI.
And we somehow feel inadequate if we're not using it all the time.
Yeah.
So everything has to be complicated.
Right.
And we worry about 18 different things, feeling like we're really doing something mentally and taking care of ourselves and being on guard and watching out for things when we can't predict the future.
Mm-mm.
And we're overcomplicating things. Why did he say that? Mm-hmm. And then we come up with all these 82 different reasons that we begin to react to and respond to. And simple answer is, I don't know. Why did he say that? I don't know. Well, how do I find out? I could ask. That's too simple of an answer.
That's way too simple.
And I had a guy, I've told the story before, but he was going through a lot in his life, and he was staying up 6-8 hours after work every day. And then he was also doing the stuff at work, but he was really going over all these legal documents and calculating this and anticipating that. And after working with him for a few weeks, he came in and said, I hate you. When I started thinking about what I actually wanted, it got pretty simple. Mm-hmm. And he threw out all the legal documents. He signed a couple of pieces of paper, and he goes, now I literally have 7 hours every evening that I have nothing to do with. Because he had filled that 7 hours with this complicated, trying to read people's minds, anticipate what they're doing, worrying about the next steps, thinking negatively. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. And was just spinning mentally with all these, major scenarios going on in his mind, when he found it was pretty simple. He just kind of thought about what he wanted. And isn't that also in the Bible? The wide is the narrow is the gate. Mm-hmm. Few people will find. Wide is the
road. Many people take it.
And they've always, when I hear pastors say that, it almost feels like they're telling us we got to get in line. We got to, do some specific thing. It's a very narrow gate and it's hard to find. I think the narrow gate is narrow because it's pretty simple. Mm-hmm. Just walk this way.
Yeah.
Love God, love people. Keep walking that way.
Relax.
There's so many other temptations out there. There's so many other ways we could think about, worry about, process things, that we could wander around the desert for 40 years mm-hmm. when the way is pretty straightforward and pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. The mental image that I got right there was like Black Friday, where people are just rushing. And that seems to have kind of changed. The media isn't covering it as much, but just the crowd of people that are just forcing their way in. That's the wide road that many people. The simple one is just a couple of people walking right in the door at the grocery store, just going after their needs, not their wants. And they're just taking care of life very simply, relaxed. They're just relaxed. So what we're consumers. That's how it is, especially the good old American way. We are consumers. Problem is we get consumed by what we've consumed. And if we are consumed by stuff and always having to chase the dollar to take care of it, or chase the dollar to take care of our bills, what we're consumed with is an internal life. And the truly blessed, the good life, is an external life where we can focus on loving God and loving others. And so,
well, my advice going into this season as we wrap up the show here mm-hmm. is keep that in mind for this season. Test it this season. Stop today. Now you're thinking about this. You're hearing the show. Turn off the podcast when we're done and think, how do you want this month to go? What kind of memories do you want to have 6 months from now when you look back? Mm-hmm. And will it be, important? Think back the last 5 Christmases. What memories do you have from those 5 Christmases that you still hang on to and cherish? And is that what you're pursuing today? Things that will create those memories, those experiences? Mm-hmm. Or are you chasing the latest drone or 4-wheeler, or worried about if you got enough for everybody else, and what's Christmas going to be like? And what do you want? What do you want to remember? What do you want to experience? Keep it simple.
Yep, that's good. That's good. Now I got one more thing.
Before we
head out, because here's the deal. All right, we here just 3 weeks ago. I think it was 3 weeks ago. It might have been 2, but I think it was 3. I said on here, I said, okay, so we are right at 3,000 YouTube subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribers.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. They hit the button. And so we were like 2,940 some. And I said, we need to hit 3,000. Well, guess what? In 3 weeks, we're at 3,950 some. That's all. It just goes to 3.95. So we've picked up 1,000 subscribers in 3 weeks.
Boom.
And so let's get over 4,000. And then when we get to 5,000, we're really going to celebrate. So get on there. If you haven't hit subscribe. And then share this with somebody and ask them kindly, just hit subscribe. Because this is what the reason we do this is just that so somebody might just get some help. You might have to edit for the very first time something that I attempted to say. Couldn't get it out. So that we can love God.
Yeah, love God. Love people.
Boom. That's it. Simple.
It's a good day, Ryan Parker.
Thank you, Ryan, for joining us this morning.
Yeah. Looking good, buddy.
I'm proud of you.
Ryan, you are the man.
And we're just these guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Lance.
And I'm Mike.
And
My name is Ryan Parker. I'm the pastor.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have an awesome week.
See you on Christmas Day.
See you on Christmas Day.